StraightAllDay.com.
Baldwin, StraightAllDay.com, WorkOnYourGame.com. Today's daily discipline is about putting pressure on yourself. This is something that, when it comes to pressure, is something that a lot of people try to avoid. And there are even people who I've been coached by, people whose programs I've been a part of, people whose books I read, and people who I like their message. I respect what they're doing, who actually say the opposite of what I'm about to share with you here in this video. I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling you the opposite. So some people say, hey, you don't want to have any pressure, you want to relieve the pressure completely, and they may mean it contextually depending on what specifically they're talking about. So I've been in coaching programs for entrepreneurs, for example, where the whole concept is you want to be an entrepreneur who doesn't have so much pressure on yourself maybe to do everything. Like, you don't have to be doing everything in your business. You can get the right people around you so you can offload and you can delegate, etc., etc. Those things I agree with. But when I'm talking about pressure here, I'm talking here more in the general sense when it comes to sense of urgency, when it comes to your productivity, your effectiveness, and your efficiency. So what I mean here when I say putting pressure on yourself is the things that you need to get done over the course of a day. I was talking to a client of mine not too long ago, and one of his challenges was, he says, he packs his schedule, he puts all these things in his schedule that he wants to do every day, but he's only getting like somewhere between 50 and 75% of the things that he puts on the schedule done every single day. And now some of it might be he's putting too many things on the schedule that he simply is not able to do. Some of it is the procrastination, wasting time, picking up the phone, scrolling on social media that leads to lost time. And some of it is also he's simply not putting enough pressure on himself to get everything done. And because there's not enough pressure on himself to get everything done, that leads to the lost time that is not being used properly, that leads to the scrolling on social media instead of actually getting things done. It leads to all the stuff that produces the fact that he ends up not getting everything done, simply because there's not enough pressure on him to get things done. So it's easy to not get things done. Everybody follow what I'm saying here? So what putting pressure on yourself is also about is knowing that these things absolutely have to get done. And a different client of mine said to me that he used to work and he used to have employment. And the company that he worked for, they would put a ton of pressure on him with these very, very tight deadlines to get a whole lot of things done that under normal circumstances he would never have gotten done. Any of you ever been in that situation where you had a job and there was a ton of pressure put on you to get certain things done that was like, if you were making the rules yourself, you would never give yourself those kind of parameters? Whereas like, all right, you got like 8 things you got to get done. You got to get them done like in the next 3 hours. And if you were in charge and you were making your own schedule, you would never tell yourself you had to get 8 things done in the next 3 hours. But because you have a job and you got a boss who basically holds your employment over your head, they say, hey, you got to get all the 8 of these things done in the next 3 hours. All of a sudden, every single day, you find a way to get all those things done in the next 3 hours. Here's what I'm proposing to you. This is a very simple concept. Put the same pressure on yourself to get those things done that your boss would put on you to get those things done. Because clearly, if you had a job and you were getting things done, you were able to maintain your employment, clearly you're able to do it. Right? You can do it because when you had that job, you had to do it. You didn't have a choice. You got all that stuff done in a limited amount of time that was given to you. So how about you put that same pressure on yourself to get things done at that level? If you need help, enlist people who can help you. This is where the value of coaching comes in. This is where the value of being in mastermind programs come in. And in Work on Your Game University, we offer both, to where you can put that pressure on yourself, because clearly you can do it. It's just that we take our feet off the gas when we don't have somebody else making us do stuff, and when it's on us to make ourselves do stuff, we let ourselves off the hook. But other people don't let us off the hook. We get everything done. Any of you got kids? I know those of you who have kids, especially when they're extremely young, you have all these things you got to do to take care of the kid, because the kid can't do it. They can't take care of themselves. You have no choice but to do everything necessary to take care of that kid, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you feel like you're at the end of your rope. You still find a way to get all those things done for the kid. So you're clearly capable of doing things even when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, when you're completely used up and taxed and being pulled in every direction, you still find a way to do everything necessary for your child. Why not put that same pressure on yourself? What's stopping you from putting that same pressure on yourself? And this insight right here can change everything for you if you can deploy this and actually start making it work for you. So that's your daily discipline for today. Make sure you text me so you're getting every message I send out. Send out a daily motivation every day, Monday motivation every Monday. Just text me. It's free to get into my text community. Once you text me, we'll tell you what your options are. My number is 305-384-6894. Just text me at that number right now. Secondly, workonyourgameuniversity.com. That's where I do all my coaching. That's the only place I do any masterminds. If you want to work with me directly, the only place to do so is inside the university. Is go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. That link is down below in the description to this video. And work on your game. Dre all day.